gosh, that was a freaking awesome. I may never throw a frog again. I don't know about you guys, but one of my best friends and I absolutely love to watch some of these Japanese fishing YouTube channels. I don't know what it is about the guys over there, but they always seem to be coming up with unique ideas to catch bass, unique lures, just things that are kind of out of the box. I believe that the drop shot was originally created over there. You have all kinds of these awesome lures that kind of come out of those parts. Recently, I've seen a couple videos on some of those channels about this lure, the Bounty Fish 158. This bait actually floats on the surface. It's basically like a topwater frog, a spook, and a big worm all kind of mixed together. It's just a really unique bait. I finally got some and I'm just kind of testing them out. And I can see it working in a lot of applications where a frog works, but it's just something different. It's something that the fish haven't seen. So I'm gonna take you guys along as I kind of figure out, is this a good lure? Is it a bad lure? All I can say right now is I'm liking what I'm seeing. First little bass on that dude. Little is for sure. That guy hit it on the skip. Fish hit it on the way in. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. That was a freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. Nice little fish. I got to see that whole fish just come up there and kill that thing. I legit may never throw a frog again. It's gonna be all about this guy right here. All right, baby. Old bounty fish bass. Whoa! Got an old bounty fish bass. This thing is pretty sick. Yeah, well, whee! Oh, that was a cool bite. Well, I hope you guys saw that. Maybe not. That fish just followed that sucker right out. Not a giant, but man, that was a cool bite. Oh. God. That was the very next cast. I'm not even sure if I got my cameras turned on. And I think this bait could really work in kind of the same time as a frog and also a buzz bait. You know, something I'm just kind of finding out about this bait. Let's let that guy go. You can fish it pretty fast, and it seems like the fish actually kind of like it like that. It just kind of swims and goes all over through the water. It looks really, really good when it's doing that. Could really work in that same time frame where a buzz bait would. Here is the Bounty Fish 158. I'm assuming that the 158 stands for 158 millimeters. So this is a roughly about a 6-inch bait. The bait itself actually floats on top of the surface. I'm sure you could use a weighted hook and get it to go down, but I think that it's really intended to be be a topwater style bait. Today, I'm simply just fishing it on a 5/0 EWG hook. I'm gonna let you know right off the bat that you need a bigger hook. I'm talking about at least a 6, probably a 7/0 to really fish this bait the best. This 5/0 seems to be working okay. The other thing is you're gonna want a heavier wire hook to make sure that it can stand up against setting the hook with braided line. What I've seen from this bait is that it skips phenomenally well. I'm talking better than a frog, better than most lures that I've seen. Literally, you can just skip this and place this thing pretty much anywhere you need to in the water. It literally just skips and just keeps on going. The other thing about this particular lure is you can work it really, really slow. You can really just make small twitches with it, and it's just gonna go back and forth very slowly. But it also has a couple of really unique movements when you actually kind of go fast. I was kind of going fast and twitching it, and it would just kind of go back and forth through the water. Just a really unique, good looking swimming action to me. So the biggest thing that might be a concern to me is the durability of this bait. You know, how many fish can you catch on it before it's done? Because these baits are not cheap. I think I paid $20 for a package of 4 of them. And also because I can't find them anywhere in the US right now, I had to pay $20 shipping just to get them here. So to get a lot of fish on them would be ideal, but we're gonna figure that kind of stuff out today, hopefully. Oh my gosh. Golly. That fish absolutely crushed that thing. That fish scared me, like big time. Not a big one, but man, that was fun. Old bounty fish, telling you what, they're not that durable, but these things are probably one of my favorite baits right now. I just might have to be a billionaire to fish them. So the bounty fish, it was quite the lure, I must tell you. I really enjoyed this little find. It's definitely something that I'm gonna buy more in the future, but I just kind of wanted to review the bait just so you guys know. I mean, this thing, as far as the action goes, you can work it really slow. You can also fish it fairly fast. And what I was doing a lot today is reeling it in at like a medium to medium fast retrieve, and I was just slowly twitching it. And it would literally just kind of swim real quick all throughout the water. A really unique action, something that you just don't see in a whole lot of baits. You know, I really could find this as being a replacement when it comes to fishing things like a frog, obviously. Another one would be like a toad or a buzz bait or even a wake bait. I could throw it on braid. I could skip it anywhere. Besides like a wacky worm Cinco style bait, this is probably the best skipping bait that I've ever held. It actually has quite a bit of weight to it. You could really just kind of wing it in and it would just skip across the water. There's really nothing hindering it. I could visibly see a lot of fish hitting this, obviously on top, but when they would swim away, I could actually watch them just slowly suck this bait in. They treated it more like a plastic worm. When they would bite it, they would just, as they swam off, they would suck the bait in, and I would actually give them a second or two to kind of get that bait before I set the hook. Today, I was using a smaller hook than I really should have been with this bait. I simply just didn't have any 6 or 7/0 hooks. I was fishing a 7.2 medium heavy, an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel, 50-pound braid, my typical frog setup, guys, and it worked perfectly with this bait. The biggest concern with these baits, and I talked about it a little bit as I caught some fish, is the durability. These things aren't that cheap, but guys, these fish absolutely loved them. You know, if you're paying $35, $40 for a pack of 4 of them, I mean, you're talking $8 to $10 per one. And you know, I might only get a couple of fish out of each one. That's really not ideal by any means. Regardless, guys, this is honestly one of my favorite baits that I've ever fished. Just the unique action, the way it skipped. Obviously, it's a topwater, and I'm a fanatic about topwaters. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, kind of this tackle review. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment if you have a question, and I'll see you guys in the next video.